or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, so we are back with you for another segment of our Activated Mornings program. This is the Talk to Us segment, and this is where the phone lines are open for you to call us, to interact with us, whether it's to touch on something that we may have spoken about this morning or something brand new that you wish to discuss. You can feel free to call us at 457-9997. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, and of course, you can use that same number, 457-9997, to send us a WhatsApp message. All right. So as per usual, we are going to give you a few seconds to call if you wish to be interactive with us. All right. So we are doing the countdown now. All right, so we have someone on the line. Good morning to you, Dave.
Yes, good morning. Good morning to you. You know, tennis. I thought by now we would have had well, I don't know, because I'm not what I used to be, but by now I thought we would have had somebody in international tennis rankings. One or two people would have gotten there. I remember the name Corey Huggins. Who else could I remember? But from way back when. And let me just tell this for historical sake. Tennis have been here with us. I don't know if you guys remember when they used to play tennis. You know, the property of Star Garage now. You know, when you're coming into town or you're going out of town.
I know it is.
All right. So tennis has had a long history here. Of course, back in time, people like me couldn't play tennis. I mean, because it was seen as a how do you call it? The planters class recreational sport in the country. And I know you have some older heads who speak like how I will speak about these things, but they can. Yeah, we have had a history. That's all I want to say.
An elite sport.
Well, you see, that's why I love you to fill in those words sometimes, you know. So, nobody alone. I ain't gonna get all the cussing with people.
Well, Dave, you taught me something today, because I didn't know that all the time about tennis. I'm just learning this today.
Yeah.
Well, I could imagine for you. You sound like such a nice baby, a young baby, you know. And that when you see, see much so you don't, I know a lot of things. I wish I could teach you some of this stuff anyhow.
She's younger, just slightly younger than me. Yeah.
All right. So, yes, and as I hear that, my favorite tennis star for the woman is Coco Gauff. And every day, and I've looked at her for a very long time, because thanks to television and whatever, I have seen her grow, develop to be a number one star where tennis is concerned. And I sometimes feel, well, I had wanted to, they had a lovely program. Now I'm hearing, according to what the person was speaking to there, one De Freitas, I realized that the former tennis association, whatever, became obsolete. And so there's a they're looking now to elect a new set of people. You see, that's, and and that is what bothers us. I mean, there's no continuity, but there was a time when tennis was very popular. I had one or two relatives used to play. I'm talking about the younger folks. I remember Shari Roberts and there are other names and so on. They have grown to be adult now with family and that sort of thing. But tennis is so much money and it puts you in the spotlight. Tennis, once you develop that skill, you become a millionaire almost instantly. But you must have the skill, because it's for me, it's one of the most active sport. You can once you get on that court, you really have to be good, especially if you meet a good opponent to play with and so on. You have to be really good. You have to know you have to have certain skills. So Coco Gauff, I think she's a symbol for a lot of black children. Not only black children, but I emphasize black because she's the most successful as a black. Well, not she, before her, had Serena Williams. So I follow these things and so on. Huh?
Now I was wondering.
Yeah, Serena Williams, because her name is still calling for some of the records she established. And then there's this Russian girl who is wreaking havoc, so to speak, on the tennis court. Mira Andreeva, Russian, I just 17 years old. And she's ranked among the top and the best on the ever seen on the tennis court. So there's plenty. Once you have the talent, but I wish maybe take somebody with money to get this thing organized. Because not even government could organize it. Not even our government could organize that. It must be a private person, but a private person who have the financial, power to do that. Okay. All right, I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Have a good one, Dave.
You girls have a good weekend too.
You as well. Thanks, Dave.
Just commenting on the tennis here, they said Leroy played, then he opened his own team and went on to play squash.
Leroy, though, I'm not
I have no idea. I don't know which Leroy is it.
Yeah, 20 Leroys out there. All right. All right. The call is 457-9997. All right. All right. So we actually waiting to hear who this Leroy is. All right. So yes, lines are open 4579. All right. She forgot his last name. All right. So whoever knows who Leroy first started to play, and then he opened his own. No, let me see if he really properly played. And then he opened his own team, then went on to play squash. You could inform us of who that person's surname is. All right. All right. So we're just gonna touch on, I don't know, anything on your head?
Something. Well, I have one thing, but I don't think we would have enough time for it. No, I think that maybe next week. I'm thinking we could do a session on it because I noticed that we'd normally ask. Okay, let me just say it after this person. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I want to pick up from John this morning concerning the age group for people to enter politics. But just as how it have an age group to enter politics, then obviously there should be an age group when your tenure should come to an end.
I'm so interested to hear where you were with this.
Yes, notwithstanding that if you are batting good, once you are batting good, then I say, and you have the strength and everything, venom and everything, then you should continue until such time. Yeah, so, I know you want and listen carefully in what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So let me put words in your mouth. So I'm not referring that, so therefore the PM time now to go. Once he's batting good, then he should continue in that vein until such time.
All right.
That's the point I'm making.
All right. And
you want listening carefully
I
to
listen to
where
you.
I'm going with it. Yes.
And I suppose the same thing could be said for the leader of the opposition wanting to become prime minister, right? That even though his age is a little bit up to, that is perfectly fine for him to aspire to becoming the next prime minister of SVG. Yeah, I hear you. I'm what?
Yeah, I could respond. I could respond to that in several different ways.
Uh,
But if you don't and you haven't make it at that age, why then that you want to fight up to
but
reach to
it
such a-
it could
a top
it
at that
could
age?
it could just be that it
If you
is
don't
his
say
turn.
it already, if you're already in it already, then you're saying it until as long as you such time.
Which is exactly what the opposition leader is doing. He's staying in it until it is possibly his turn.
If you have be a king in
Uh,
a young age, when you old, that time you want to be a king.
well, who knows? It might actually be better.
You have.
Well, King Charles
Oh, yeah?
was just nominated. Well, he was just given the title of king in his old age, you know. So
And who knows? It might be better for him to have this position now that he's a little bit older, possibly a little bit more wiser. So, let me hear you know.
Oh, you think so?
What? Who knows? Who knows?
More old more you get, then you start to look.
Careful what you're saying, now. Careful what you're saying, Maxman. You sure you want to finish that thought there?
Yes,
Go ahead.
yes. Especially if you haven't get what you wanted in the old part.
Mm.
Then why then fighting up for it?
Maxman, it goes both ways, both for the PM and for the leader of the opposition.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how things goes. And let me say this other thing here again. Let me say it loud and clear again. You see where we're going with this politics and building back people's house? Barton was right, and I stand with Barton Ward that Pastor said, Christian, you pick me first. I was pushing all the way along, and I hope that this is the case. That my thing is, I hope if the PM get $100 for Union Island, he spent $200 down there, spend 100. If he get $100, that he spend 80 on the mainland and give them down the $200, give them $20. The point that I'm making is ungratefulness, and I don't know with all my heart. Well, I make a commitment about betting my life, but I withdraw that statement to an extent. But I will bet that those people in the Grenadines will be ungrateful. You could cut me and carry on with
But
me.
Maxman,
I know ungratefulness. There is no hope in the Constitution say that the government is responsible to build back people's house. Everybody is responsible for build back their house.
But Maxman, at the end of the day, and they also have sanctions. So why is it that for something, so there's something, but something, which is, ask the government that, is this started? Ask the government that. But at the end of the day, when it comes to natural disaster, we're not supposed to be going along color lines.
Sorry for Maga dog turn around and bite you.
But how you to show the MAGA dog might not determine that maybe this is a reason for them to vote for ULP? How do you know? Huh?
And what they done there say?
All right, Maxford,
Including the opposition.
We're gonna have to pick this up another time because we out of time. All right?
We out of time.
We out of
You
time.
will hear me more about me with that issue.
Well, I know you started it before, but at the end of the day, it's all intentions, right? So I really and truly for natural disasters, we should not be going along color
I
lines.
don't know if government can work miracle. There was a disaster.
All right, Maxman, seriously.
The opposition is going down there to taking pictures.
All right, seriously, Maxman, seriously, let's take this up another time, okay?
Oh yes.
All right, have a good weekend.
You too. Okay.
All right, thank you. and with that, we are going to head on out of this, our Talk to Us segment, and jump directly into our community